Hey guys, welcome back, Digital Gate Studios. Today we have a brand new little mini series for you. We're gonna keep it open-ended in case we decide to want to do 15 parts of this, But this is gonna be part one of a little mini series we're liking to call Alliance Shenanigans, Alliance something. So I got Basil in the house with me.
What's up?
What do you think of this deck? What do you title this deck?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Because I was looking forward to the Alliance stuff.
Yep.
And my original thought was, well, just put in all the Alliance Digimon.
Makes a
all
lot of
the level
sense.
4s, all the level 3s, all the level 5s, and just go up into Cherubimon.
Yep.
And the more you play with it, it's just like...
It kind of feels like a BT 6 or 7 deck, right?
Yeah,
Where it's like it doesn't compete nowadays.
Yeah, it's a little bit too slow. And then I saw a video
Yeah.
that played so many of my favorite cards. And it was a mix of everything,
Yeah.
and I had to put it together.
Okay.
So what we have today, we're just going to jump right into it because I don't know how else to explain it other than to show you what's going on here. And we're going to start off with 4 Mother D Reaper.
What I'm talking about. Best egg in the game. It's got the highest DP of all the eggs.
So when you're thinking about Alliance, you need to have a big DP threshold to have a big check with 2 checks. And there is no better way to get into huge DP numbers than with an egg that costs 0 to play.
That's great. That's amazing. Yeah.
The deck is, I don't want to say entirely built around Mother D Reaper, but that is the cornerstone of this deck. And so from here, we're going to move into our level 3s. We're going to start off with the new Lopmon. This one is the Searcher. Searches 4, adds a 2-color green card. Only green, doesn't add any 2-color card. Okay. And a Shu Changwang, which we are playing in this deck. And then it also has the Inherited. When Alliance suspends a Digimon, Digivolve into a... It has to be, again, a 2-color green card. And reduce that cost by 2.
That's awesome.
So we are playing... we're playing this only... This is the only of the new rookies we're playing.
I see.
If we were playing, spoiler alert, Henry and Shu, we might think about playing Terriermon Assistant and then Terriermon. But we're sticking just with the Lopmon package.
Lopmon Alliance. That's what
we're
this
playing
is.
with the old Lopmon on play. If you have 3 or fewer security and a Shu in play, recover 1. Yeah, this deck has a lot of recovery. And you're going to see that a little bit later on. And it also has a lot of recursion. So we're going to see this Lopmon a lot.
Yeah.
And it's going to make a little bit more sense once we get into that. So now we're going to move into the mainstay of the deck with our Alliance level 4s. So we've got the Terurimon. All of our Alliance level 4s only have the text on it that says Alliance.
Got it.
So if you don't know what Alliance does, suspend one of your other Digimon to combine their DP and do another security check.
That's the power of friendship right
there. So that's the idea with the Mother. You can just imagine Terurimon and Mother D Reaper hanging out.
19K
doing
2
security checks. Yeah, it's
easy.
It adds up to 19,000. The only difference between these level 4s is the Inheritable. The Terurimon has, if you have another suspended Digimon, minus 2K, which is actually really important for this deck. Because if they play a single Pomumon or Pillamon, your game is over. So Terurimon is going to help us get around that. Then we're going to move into the Wendigomon. Again, just Alliance, but then it has the Inherited. End of attack, grab a green Digimon back from the trash.
I love that Wendigo. I love that card.
And it's going to be really important because Lopmon's going to keep our hand filled and find our shoes. And then if they check like one of the level 5 greens and it's in the garbage, you can get it back and go up into another level 5. And then we've got 2 of the Black Gargomon. Again, just Alliance.
Makes a lot of sense
but
to
then
me.
The Inherit is when an effect suspends another Digimon, gain 2K. The reason we're down on this one is because it doesn't proc when Alliance happens. So, like, if I was to swing and then Alliance go into a level 5, I don't get the 2K because the Alliance happens before the Digivolve.
Yep.
So we're down to just 2 of the Black Gargomon and 4 of the other ones. Then one last level 4 in the deck. And that is 2 of the Cordramon.
Wow,
Security.
interesting choice.
It plays with that. Plays at the end of battle, so it does battle and then plays, and then on play draw 2.
Love it. That makes so much sense.
This is kind of a spoiler for the rest of the deck. We are going to be doing a lot of security effects.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why this deck is so menacing is because you really have to pick and choose when you want to hit security, because it's not like, oh, well, my thing died. It's like, well, you know, +2 to the hand.
Gotcha.
Then we'll move into the level 5s. We are on 2 of the Antillimon. This is the yellow one. And so this has the effect end of attack, recover 1 if you have 3 or less. That's going to be really good, helping us obviously recover, but it's also going to be really important to Digivolve from this with the alliance effect from the Lotmon.
Yeah.
It's only going to cost 1 because all of our level 4s it can evo on are 2-color green cards. And then the other Antillimon we just have 1 of. Playing a level 3 green Digimon from the trash only comes up with the 4 Lotmon, so it's kind of situational. But running just the 3 Antillimon, the 3 yellow Antillimon, you don't always get that recovery, because a lot of the times you're going to turn 1 play a Lotmon, turn 2 evo it into a level 4, and then swing. And so you still have 5 security, because they haven't left the raising area yet. But having the Antillimon is... The purple Antillimon is going to help you in different situations. We have another one of level 5, and that's the Shakomon.
That's awesome. I love this little surprise here. It's not a bunny.
It's not a bunny, but we are running the Cordramon, so it has the rare chance to DNA with the Terurimon to bounce something, but also it gets the recovery just when digivolving.
That's true.
So whenever you can go into Terurimon to recover, or go over the Cordramon if they hit out a security recover. And then when you get the rare Jogress, it feels really good. And then our last level 5 is Chimeramon.
You know I love this card, man.
Yeah, this
Chimeramon's
fan favorite around here.
Yes.
But the interesting thing about this deck, if you play it a little bit, is turn 1, a lot of times you're going to drop a level 4 for 4.
That makes sense.
And then the next turn, they're going to be at 3 security, because if you're swinging 2 checks with 19, they're probably going to live. So in a lot of ways, they're on a 3-turn timer, because it's going to be level 4, swing 2 checks, level 4, swing 2 checks. Now they have 1 security. Yeah. And so Chimeramon is going to give us the ability to finish the games a little bit quicker. And it's going to have synergy with a couple of our cards a little bit down the line. So we'll now move into the level 6s. This is the only level 6 we're running in the deck. Is 3 Alfani Fall Downs.
So how did you get here? How did we get here at all? This is crazy.
I know. Just hear me out. We have a lot of green or a lot of yellow and purple in this deck.
Yep.
And we have the Chimeramon, which is going to be able to grab. Let's say you have Terurimon and.
You're very easily going to be able to get Chimera 12K doing 4 or 5K board wipes.
Yeah.
And then now you're going to have that Alfani on top. Like, geez.
Yeah, the Chimeramon is going to pretty much always have 12K.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a million colors in it, obviously. But also, you're going to be able to get the color you're missing for the Alfani Fall Down. So if you're missing that purple, tuck the yellow under the Chimeramon.
Yep.
And so you're going to get the deletion and the recovery. And so we're going to go into our level 7, which is Omnimon's Wart.
Ooh, just one?
Just one.
Just
one. I could see this being the Shine Gray Ruin mode.
Yeah.
But the Omnimon's Wart defeat is a little bit more on theme with this deck, as you'll see a little bit later. And, Digivolve on top of the Alfani Deleted Tamer, or play it out of security and now deal with this 13K monster.
That's awesome.
And I think you're starting to see the theme of the deck, and this is really kind of what ties it all together, is Agent of D-Reaper number 9 Gatekeeper.
That's the full name, guys.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So, a little bit of Basil history.
Okay.
D-Reaper is the first deck I ever played.
That's right. You're right.
My friends were like, you should play this card game. It's called Digimon. And I was like, okay. They're like, build this deck. It's $20. And they're like, buy a box of EX2, and then you have the deck pretty much. And so Gatekeeper has a special place in my heart. And when I saw this combo, this is what made me think I've got to put this together. And then something that is even more devilish
Ooh.
is 4 Tactical Retreat.
Yes.
You have not seen despair in someone's eyes until turn 1, they swung into a Gatekeeper, and turn 2, it got Tactical Retreat.
Dude, let's just put it back.
Because they swing, they hit the Gatekeeper with their, like, Agumon Searcher or something. You swing over it and then put it right back in security.
Exactly.
And it just feels like an impossible task to get around. So obviously, Gatekeeper is going to be a little bit dead in the hand because we're not playing any Searchers in this deck. But out of security, it's
I mean, you still can on play Recover if you want to pay 11,
yeah.
You know, why would you want to?
Yeah. Most of the time, it's just a dead card in hand. But out of security, it is cataclysmic for your opponent. And then the other card that I was surprised about in this deck is Heaven's Judgment. So this is another new card that I don't think a lot of people have read. So I'll just give you
I've
the
been
text
starting
here.
to see some chatter about this card, so I'm a big fan of it.
You can play it without a yellow source if you have a green Digimon. So that's almost all of our level 5s, our 3s, and our 4s here. So you won't often need a yellow source. And then for each color your Digimon have, not every color that is on the field, but every color they have, minus 6k one of your Digimon. So if you have Mother, which you always have, and one of your level 4s, it's already a 1-cost cheaper Wyvern's Breath.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit better than Wyvern's Breath because you could go 6k here, 12k here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, I mean, we get into absurd color combinations. So you've got a Chimeramon with the blue, green, black, yellow, purple. You know, I mean, minus 30k to your board.
No big deal.
So,
just how are they going to get out of that?
It only costs
and that activates security too, or what's it doing?
Out of security, it's just 12k. But
Okay.
out of hand, it's for each color.
I see.
We've got one of Reinforcing.
Because it's too good not to play.
Because it's too good not to play. And that's the other crazy thing about this deck is because we have so many security Digimon and security effects, if you Reinforcing, you're almost always going to have something.
Yeah.
And it's another thing that's very demoralizing for an opponent is you Reinforcing Memory Boost, get the Lotmon to hand, and put the Gatekeeper on top. And they're just like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
I don't really want to hit you, but I've got to win the game eventually. And then a card that has become near and dear to my heart is 2 of the Blinding Ray. So
wouldn't be your type of deck without that, for sure.
I have a love-hate relationship with this card.
Yeah.
I think it's unhealthy for the game.
Okay.
But as long as we can play it, I shall.
I mean, why not, right? You
So the reason that I went into this is in the play testing that I've done, you find that it's kind of hard to do a finishing punch because you're kind of short on memory.
I see.
And so one of the really good things about Blinding Ray in this deck is we can go from, let's say we have 3 memory because we have a memory tamer, which we'll get to in a second.
Okay.
You don't really have the memory to get into 2 level 4s and then Chimera to swing.
Yep.
And so Blinding Ray is going to help us get there. I was thinking about playing a memory boost of some kind, but with so many colors in this deck, it really
it's
doesn't
tough,
work out that way.
That's why the Reinforcing makes so much sense because you want to recover one, you want to get a card in hand, you get to choose.
Yeah, ideally this would be 3 Reinforcing, but that's not the world.
There's a reason why we can't do that.
And then another reason this is good is it can manipulate our security for the Lotmon and the Antillimon. And so it's going to have a little bit of combo potential there. So now we'll get into the Tamers. We've got 3 of the Shu Changwang. This on play plays a Lotmon. And then if you have 3 or fewer security, draw 1, start a turn.
That's awesome.
And so that's going to be able to play not just the yellow Lotmon, but also our green Lotmon.
That makes sense.
Which is good. And then it's just another thing. You hit out of security, hit this, play a Digimon. So a lot of the strength in this deck is they're going for a big turn where they're doing 3 or 4 security checks, and all of a sudden they're at lethal the next turn because they hit a Shu, play a Lotmon, they hit a Cordramon and a Gatekeeper.
Like,
it's
what do they do?
Okay, all of a sudden I have this
Yeah.
huge board.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 cards in the deck, we've got 2 of the Yellow Kari.
A lot of sense.
A lot of recovery in this deck. Tactical Retreat, Gatekeeper, Alfani Fall Down, Antillimon, Lotmon. So we're going to be getting a lot of that memory back with the Kari. And then it's really actually pretty important to have 3 memory in this deck because if you're choked at 1 and you have a Lopmon, you can't go into a level 4 and swing.
Got it. Okay.
So having that starting 3 memory is going to help you get from Lopmon into the Terurimon or any of the level 4s.
Yep.
Swing, end of swing, Digivolve into one of the level 5s.
I got you.
And then it's still going to be your turn.
Yep.
So then you'll have 0, then you can go into Alfani, then you can tactical retreat something, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
So having that 3 memory is actually pretty important in this deck.
That makes sense
and you're
to
going
me.
to proc its ability a lot with all of your security effects.
Yeah.
So I just have to say about this deck, everything that I've brought to the channel, I think is extremely competitive.
Yes,
Take it
absolutely.
take it to a regional, take it to your locals and crush. If you want to unwind, if you want to have a good old time, bring Mother Alliance.
Okay.
This deck is wicked fun to play.
Yeah.
But sometimes your hand is Cordramons and Gatekeepers.
And you're like, what do I do
And there's
with
nothing
this?
you can really do about that. But when it rolls, this
Yeah.
deck rolls hard.
I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Well, that's part 1 of our little mini Alliance series. Jump in the comments. Let us know if you want to see more Alliance. We're definitely going to film part 2 in about 10 seconds. So stay tuned. It should be out in about a couple days here. We're going to have the next video coming out. So as always, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks, Basil, for coming on. And we'll see you next time.